What's up, witches and warlocks? Puma Fist here. Now that the dust has settled, let's talk about Isom. Isom number 1. Yeah, we're going back to that one. So like I said, now that the dust has settled, what did we learn? What did we glean? Well, he made $3.7 million, almost $3.8 million, right, off a pre-sale, a product that nobody saw. And that's word of mouth through his fans, his 500,000 subscribers he already had. Plus you had Comicsgate shilling for it. Nerdrotic, Geeks and Gamers, Fox News, right? So he made a tidy sum. But as far as the impact on comics goes, like, nobody's even talking about it now. And the most surprising thing is, I saw that 45-page story time on 4chan, where I got to read it, well, at least half of it, and nobody's even bothered to put the rest up yet. That's how interested people are. All the Isom streams have or threads have died out. Nobody's talking about it. Yeah, I don't think it quite had the cultural impact that everybody said it was going to. I think it was just a clever marketing campaign to get Ripa's pay pigs to spend a bunch of money on something, which they would have bought anything from him. It didn't have to be a comic book. If he said, you know, I was going to make fucking hats or something like that, they would have bought that shit. Come up with some bullshit where this hat's different than any other fucking hat, and this hat's going to put down all the other hat companies that, you know, support wokeness. So support my hat instead. They would have bought it too. Yeah. And as far as Ripa's claims that he was going to be moonwalking over the corpses of the big two with this book, I don't see it happening. Does anybody else see that happening? I mean, now let's talk about the reviews. It's been a couple of weeks now. Well, it's been about a month. Yeah, a month. Of people trickling in reviews of Isom. Now, most of them were vague. Most of them were like, I don't want to give spoilers. But they would also go on to say, it was an okay effort. There were some problems with it, but I still love it. I still love it. Right? Nobody was super excited about it. We also know that none of the questions that are raised erroneously in Isom number 1 have like, there's not going to be any answers for them probably in Isom number 2. And that comes down to just bad writing. Yeah, you can make the excuse, well, he's a first-time writer, you know, cut him some slack, okay. But this motherfucker talked a big-ass game and didn't deliver. And he also had people around that could help him deliver, and he didn't utilize them. So it falls squarely on Ripa's shoulders on that. Yeah, the reviews just generally weren't very good, even though they pretended like they liked it. And I'll bet you if you went back and questioned some of those people now after the dust has settled, they'd probably be like, yeah. They all say they're excited for book number 2. I think the reason why people want to see book number 2 is because there was so much vague shit that wasn't answered. They're hoping that maybe they'll get some fucking answers in issue 2. Yeah, issue 1 didn't fucking answer anything. It left a bunch of unnecessary fucking questions open, and that's just not good writing. It's not even a good sales tactic, because if you don't deliver the fucking product on time and you don't keep trickling the information out, people are just gonna fucking lose interest. Especially if you've got so much time between issues. You know, this is kind of like when you watch a Netflix show and they put out a season and then it's 2 years before the fucking second season comes out. I remember that happened with me with, Sneaky Pete with Giovanni Ribisi. I watched the first season and I was like, okay, you know, it was an alright show. I'll check out season 2. And then they took like 2 years to get out season 2, and by that time I'd forgotten everything from season 1 and didn't give a fuck. Yeah, that's going to be the same problem Ripa's going to have with this, unless he can start pumping these things out on a consistent basis. He said in his video a couple of days ago, you know, he was like, yeah, you know, not everybody liked my book, but we're going to be putting out some other titles that hopefully the people that didn't like Isom particularly, they might like these. Well, why are we going to fucking like those titles too, Ripa, if your first book sucked? Yeah, I mean, do we really want to see a fucking comic book about a fucking band, Norfrica, that we got a tiny little hint of what they were in Isom #1, and to be honest with you, it's boring. Like, nobody cares, man. You're not doing anything to change the fucking industry. You're not moonwalking over the corpses of the big two. Anyway, just kind of a rant about that. What do you all think? Now that you've all had time to digest, I know a bunch of you have probably read the book, and you've seen all the reviews. What do you all think? And give me your honest opinion. Don't give me the stock opinion. We will win. Hashtag we will win. Ripa can do no wrong. Give it to me straight. What did you think? All right, Puma Fist out.